Good morning, Bedrock. Good morning, gamers. Yes, guys, this is another episode of Surviving Bedrock. Now, guys, I'm going to start this episode with a very big apology. I promised you after we beat the Ender Dragon that we would go to the end and find Elytra together. But as you can see from my hotbar, I already have Elytra. This happened because I did record the episode of going to the end, finding end cities, finding shulkers, finding ships, and finding Elytra. And then as I went to edit it, all of the recordings of the video were corrupted. I had a hard drive issue. I don't know what happened, but it was lost and gone forever. So that is my apology. I will do an episode where we go to the end and explore again so you guys can see what it's like. And I'm so sorry for that. And I'm also very upset because in that video I explained why I never got the experience for beating the Ender Dragon. Basically, all the experience fell into the end portal and poof, disappeared. So, has not been a good couple days of recording for me. I was able to completely finish Minecraft Dungeons, so if you haven't seen that yet, check it out. And today, we are going to do a little bit of exploration. I'm getting ready to go out of town for a few days to help with some family, but we are going to take the next couple days and do some exploration. Today, we are going to get this Electra Setup and we are going to go a distance from home. Because if you remember in previous episodes, I told you we got this map from one of our cartographer friends. This is the Woodland Explorer map. This is my favorite thing to explore, is finding the Woodland Mansion, raiding it, and then getting all the stuff that's in it. Now, by normal Minecraft standards, there will not be a whole lot of loot in the Woodland Explorer map because most of the chests you're going to find in there will be bone dry and empty. But the thing I like after it is getting a whole bunch of bookshelves, and it's just really cool to explore and raid it. I find stuff like that very interesting. But the first thing we're going to do, because the closest I have ever seen the Woodland Mansion from a spawn area is 10,000 blocks away, which is why we want the Elytra first. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to pop our Elytra in here, put unbreaking on it, and we are going to put mending on it. Cost me a whole 6 levels to do this. Now the Elytra will last a good little while. So you can understand how Elytra works, I'm going to give you a quick flying lesson. The best thing for you to have with it will be fireworks, which is basically paper and gunpowder. If you use more gunpowder, then you can get a longer lasting, more powerful firework. But to me, I find that to be a little wasteful. Just stick with the basic one, and boom, we have 63 fireworks already. And we are going to go over a quick flying lesson. Now, the easiest way to do it is if you're jumping off something. But basically, you jump, hit A again, and it will activate your Elytra. And if you hit left trigger for firework while you're in midair, it will launch a firework. Like this. Real simple. Now, sometimes you want to do this in third person, that way you can see everything around you. It's real easy, but it's also a real fast way to travel a long distance. See, that was pretty easy, not hard at all. Now do keep in mind, when you have Elytra on, you cannot wear any kind of chest plate. So you do not get all the protection you'd normally get from having a chest plate on. But I am going to go ahead and put the rest of my armor on. I'm going to stash my very protective chest plate in my ender chest. And I am going to keep an ender chest on me and a shulker box. Some of you may wonder, sometimes you see the firework in the offhand. It doesn't do anything. On Bedrock Edition, you cannot use a firework when it's in your offhand. It will not do anything. I'm trying, it's not working. No good whatsoever. That is a downside to the Bedrock platform. Hopefully in the next update with the parity changes, that will change as well. We do have some long-term plans because I am going to next week start getting into some more redstone farming. But before we do that, we need to discuss some basic redstone components such as automatic storage, moving villagers, and other things as well. Super smelters, there's a lot of things we're going to discuss, and then we are going to create an XP farm. So I think we've got everything we need. We have our shulker box, We can put excess items in. We do have an ender chest. So we are good to go. We're going to go ahead and grab this map. We filled it out. It is a locator map, which basically means it has a player icon to let you know which direction you're facing and traveling. But basically, the Woodland Mansion is that way. That way, a long ways. Now, we can put maps in our offhand to make them easier to see. One of the easiest things to do, grab some obsidian and make sure you have your flint and steel in your ender chest. That way you can create another portal and get there and back real fast. I will also highly suggest a bed, because when you get there, you will want to set your spawn point just in case you do happen to die. So now that we are prepared, we have several stacks of fireworks, we have full armor, we have all of our good stuff. Make sure we have a silk touch pickaxe for that ender chest. And we have our map. So we are going to take off towards the Woodland Mansion. Let's go. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can fly directly straight towards it, or you could do the bit where you kind of fly a little bit straighter across, then come down. It just depends on which way you prefer it. Now, as far as flying, when you're flying long distances, to conserve on fireworks, I suggest keeping yourself at a decent height and just kind of gliding down slowly. And when you reach somewhere around 80, or when you start getting closer to the ground, that is when I suggest using your fireworks again to get back up into the air a little higher, and then just gliding again. You don't want to just rapid fire all of your fireworks, though that could be faster. You will run out of fireworks really fast. So see how we're kind of gliding down towards sea level? Let's go ahead and give us a firework. Usually I'll angle it up, try to get myself somewhere around 140, 150, and then just kind of glide down. And the good thing about being in third person is you can kind of see what's down below you as long as you don't go too high up, which is one thing I try not to do usually, because I also want to see what I'm going to fly over. That way there might be something interesting. There might be a village or anything else I want to see. There might be a roofed forest, which we're getting ready to fly over with loads of dark oak. I love it. The other downside to being in third person is you can't see your map. So we'll go ahead and hang out right here. We're kind of seeing some things over here. Interesting to make note of what's in my immediate area. Now, the more upwards you're facing, the slower your descent will be, and also the slower you will travel. So you guys, you'll probably see some major jump cuts in this episode because getting there is kind of tedious, kind of boring. We're just going to be flying around a little bit. But if I do see anything interesting, I will definitely bring you guys back in, okay? Well, here's something interesting already. We haven't seen this biome yet. This is the ice plains or ice spikes that you sometimes find. And what's really weird is it always borders on like a desert or a plains or something. You would not expect something like that to be bordering on a very warm biome. But those are great ways to farm packed ice, which if you get enough, you can actually turn it into blue ice. And coming up, we do have a mega taiga biome, which you'll see here because you have all of the podzol on the ground and these really big spruce trees. And you'll also see naturally generated mossy cobblestone. To my knowledge, those don't mean anything. They don't necessarily mean there's a spawner there or anything like that. They just formed there as kind of decoration. Found a little spruce taiga biome village over here. Really nice. Oh, okay. Now you guys will notice we've already come to the point where we are moving downward a little bit, southward on the map there, but we're not on the map just yet. So really the Woodland Mansion was not too far south of our position. It just appears to be very, very far west of our initial spawn and position area. Ooh, we're already coming in. It's starting to fill in, so it's around here. This is literally the closest I've ever had a Woodland Mansion, and there it is, spawn or generate next to the spawn area. It is already here. We didn't even get through really a third of our elytra, and it's already here. Okay, we're going to kind of fly around it a little bit. Let's get our bearings. Let's fill in the rest of our map. Now, you'll see on the map itself where the little house icon was before we started filling anything in. Right below it is the Woodland Mansion, and you see how large on this map that mansion actually takes up. It is a very large house. A lot of people will actually take a Woodland Mansion they find and turn that into their base. We might do something about that. One thing I don't want to do is just completely hollow it out. Because on Bedrock Edition, once you've cleared a Woodland Mansion, nothing's going to spawn back in it, short of regular mobs. But the mansion itself is going to be home to some new enemies we have not found. But if you play Minecraft Dungeons, you see them an awful lot. The Vindicators and the Evokers. But here it is. And this is weird. I don't see a village next to it. Usually there is a village right next door to these things. But we are going to find the main entrance to this thing. Every time I find one of these woodland mansions, it immediately makes me think of that episode in Minecraft Story Mode where they first started introducing YouTubers as voices for the characters, like Stampy Cat and all of them. Treasure Hunter achievement. Acquire a map from a cartographer villager. I swear I'd done that already, but there you go. You do get that achievement. Any map, whether it be the Ocean Explorer or the Woodland Explorer map, if you get the map and then follow it to its location, its destination, you will get that achievement. First thing we need to do, other than get down here, this is kind of odd generation, which I might do something about this to fix it a little later, is we need to get some torches, put away our map, grab our shield, and we are definitely going to torch this place up. Because as you see, there is already a bad guy right there bouncing up and down. That is a Vindicator. Now, a couple interesting things about these guys. They attack you with iron axes, which you think, hey, that's not too terribly bad. They pack a punch. You can be donned in full armor and they will still cream you pretty hard. So we're gonna pop down our ender chest in here, and we are gonna pop down our bed. Ah! A witch! You are dead. Okay, I did not expect that. Sorry about that, guys. Kind of startled me. Okay, is this poison ever going to stop? Oh my gosh, 16 more seconds of it? Now, on normal difficulty, poison cannot take you all the way to death. But it'll take you down to half a heart, and you pretty much won't survive anything else. But we are going to take our chest plate out. We're going to swap our Elytra, put on our chest plate. That way we are back to full armor again. We're going to pop our Elytra in here so it doesn't go anywhere. We are pretty good and set to go. We're going to go ahead and put our map in here too, so we have room in our inventory. Now, one thing I did not grab was any blocks, which we might want to grab a few of them. A couple neat things you can do with the Vindicators is they can be used in farm. And what that is basically taking advantage of an Easter egg that the Minecraft creators made. If you name tag a Vindicator Johnny, he will not just attack you, he will attack anything and everything around him. For those of you that have ever seen Stephen King's The Shining, that is what it's an Easter egg for. Okay, now, exploring a woodland mansion. You might be tempted to head upstairs straight off. I would advise against it, because let's do this a little bit more technically. Let's do this and secure it floor by floor as if we were in the military, because the bottom floor will have a lot of stuff. You'll see all of the rooms are barely lit. The lights are up high, so spawning is easy in woodland mansions. And you do have to be careful, because some of these things are going to have a lot of Vindicators, Evokers, or whatnot in here. Fortunately in here it does not, but you'll often find these treasure chests. They don't always have the greatest of loot. For example, this one actually does have some decent loot. It's got some gold ingots in there, and it does have one of those name tags. And I always mark which ones I've been to. That way I know, hey, I don't need to go in there again. Now this one, not a whole lot in here, but you'll see up top, if you kind of pillar up, a lot of these little rails. The lone pumpkin is kind of a mute point, but I do want the rails because iron farming on Bedrock is not the easiest thing to do. And you may want to pop a couple torches up here just to light it up a little bit better and make sure nothing spawns. So far, we haven't really had to combat any Vindicators yet. And be careful, because the Vindicators, there's a skeleton over there. We're not worried about him too much. You might occasionally want to pop a couple torches on the walls just to light up some of the area. Ah, there they are. Those are Vindicators. I will suggest taking them out at range if possible, because they will do some damage. Remember, I am in full diamond and protection 4 armor. You want to see how bad they still hurt me? Let's provoke one and I'll let you guys see. That's odd. It's like they don't even see me. I've never had this happen. Yep, now he's mad. He still did damage. He got through my armor. Not good. They have these little cells. Remember, Vindicators, Pillagers, Illagers, these are all enemies of villagers. So the idea is to make it look like they've captured some of the villagers. You'll find cauldrons in here. These are meant to be like jail cells. Now let's see what was in here. Now, don't think just because you don't attack the Vindicators, they won't attack you first. That was kind of a weird spoof. I have no clue what that was about. And now in here, this is where you would swear the Woodland mansions have a whole bunch of loot in them, because you see all of these treasure chests. It looks amazing. It looks like you're gonna get filthy rich with all the loot you're gonna find. And then you open one. They're all empty. This is meant to be some kind of a weird storage area, and they are all empty. You can check them all just to be safe, but I will bet you dollars to donuts that every single chest you find in these rooms like this will be bone dry. We've explored that one. Let's see what's in here. This looks to be some kind of a nursery for flowers. Really cool. Put some light in here so nothing spawns. Ah! But see, yeah, I don't know why they're not attacking, just because I'm not attacking them. And we're coming back to the beginning. Nothing too terribly interesting in here. Looks like we have another one of these little dungeon halls. There is another dude. We're going to give him a little love tap with a shovel, then we're going to run like crazy. There, he is now stuck. He is stuck. He cannot get out. We have him. Yes, we did it, everybody. Ha ha ha. Now, he will not despawn. That is one thing that you will be safe on in a Woodland mansion, is these guys don't despawn to my knowledge. Give me back my dirt block. You sucker, you're going to steal my dirt block, aren't you? You're fine, you can have it. There we go. Now we're lighting the area up. We've trapped a Vindicator. I will let you know, mob trapping and moving is not necessarily one of my strong suits. We got a diamond hoe. That is something you will often find in Woodland mansions. They seem to like the diamond hoe way more than I think anyone should. So now we have systematically explored the entire bottom floor of the Woodland mansion. Now it is time to move upward. You will notice interior walls have this pattern, exterior walls have this pattern, so you know what to look for when you're exploring. So you see, this is an interior wall, it means it does not meet the outside of it. That's something to look for, especially in places like this. It may not be a bad idea to occasionally take the wall down, because you can. This is one reason I love these places, is they hide stuff. So you look for that pattern, but it looks like it's an exterior wall. It's not. There's actually stuff in here. See, here's the exterior wall. It's got the proper pattern on it. Now, in fairness, not much in here. We got a diamond axe, not a bad piece of hardware, but it's just the fact that there was something here, and it looked like this was supposed to be its entrance. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna block that back off, and we are gonna take all of this out. Now it looks like it was supposed to. Interesting stuff, always good, always good. Now it is time to venture upstairs. This is where, again, place torches. Ah, there's another bad guy. And as we have seen, they don't seem to be too keen on attacking us while we are not attacking them. That's, again, weird. Usually it doesn't work that way. This is why I love coming here. There are always so many bookshelves. I love collecting all of them. And I love the way they make it look. So I'm gonna leave it be for now. I'll probably come back at a later time for bookshelves. There we go. Not a bad looking little area. No chests up top in here, but a bunch of bookshelves, a nice little table, and in there appears to be a mob farm of sorts. Ooh, we got a treasure chest. I wonder what awesome stuff it's going to have for us. A bunch of alliums. Okay, lots of flowers. Another room down. Yes, guys, I know I could be going a lot quicker through. Whoa. A lot faster in exploring this. But I really want to get some good exploration done in here. And I really want to trap another one of these dang things here. Okay, where'd he go? Oh, the map room. I always liked how they did this. Makes it look like a war room. There we go. Now he can't get me. Got him. You are trapped. We trapped another one, guys. We did it. We did it. I'm excited. Yes. Let's get back to our exploration. We've got a couple of these guys we could use in some Johnny Vindicator farms at a later date. Our war room table, I like it. So while we are exploring this, guys, How many of you enjoy actually exploring woodland mansions? Because I really find them neat. And in our next room, we got something else that's really cool. You find these in woodland mansions all the time. They build giant animals out of wool. Sometimes you'll find treasure where the brain is. Now the animals not so much, but if we find a Vindicator head, that we will find some kind of treasure in. Sorry about the silence there, guys. Okay, this is the way to the 3rd floor. We're not gonna go that way yet. We have much more exploration to do. Okay. I hate these guys. These are the Evokers. They hurt. There we go, we took them down. But just about every time you kill one of these things, you get one of these thingies, which is wonderful to have. A Totem of Undying. If you're unaware of what that does, should you be holding one in your hand, either offhand or regular hand, and you die, you will not die. It will expend the totem. You'll get this fancy little animation and sound, and you'll continue living with full health. And I believe it also gives you a regeneration and a fire resistance effect for a little bit. Very useful. And when we do come to the boss fight of boss fights, which will be the Wither, you'll see me have like 7 or 8 of those things in my inventory, because I hate the Wither. I really hate fighting the Wither. And this is where that Evoker was. This is made to look like a little bedroom with their little bed and everything, and I think this is supposed to be some kind of a furnace or fireplace. Do not set fire to it unless you have fire tick turned off, because all this dark oak wood will go up in smoke. I think we have actually made it all the way around back to the staircase to the 1st floor. Now, good things to know about this: if you do make a woodland mansion your base, all this carpet is spawn-proof area. So none of the bad guys, the Evokers, the Pillagers, the Vindicators, the Illagers of any kind are going to actually spawn there. Okay, now we're not going to worry about trapping any more of these dudes. And there's some bad guys back there. Let's take care of all the Vindicators first. Oh, the Vexes, the things I detest. Because they phase in and out through floors and walls and everything else. We're going to kill you. You will... Oh, you have a buddy. Many buddies. There we go. They died. Not all of them. Now we eat. And now we light this area up. Fortunately, Vexes, without their Evokers who spawn them, do not have a very long life. Like, you see him kind of flying around. He will most likely die here relatively soon. There we go. It's kind of a sad noise they make when they do die, though. It's kind of like... really horrible. Now to go upstairs. There is the Vindicator head. Now this is really odd. They usually don't have this gap like this. Makes me wonder. We have another chicken head, or another chicken, and light up said chicken room. Okay, moving on to this room. Moving on to killing you. I hate creepers. They're the bane of my existence. And you see, with all those Evokers we fought, we got a bunch of these totems of undying, which is really nice. It means we could like die 7 or 8 times and we would not actually die. There we go. Got some light in here now. We have explored these 2 rooms together. And everybody, I think that might be it. I'm going to run grab some more wood real quick, because I think we have explored this woodland mansion to its fullest. Okay, I am still hearing a Vindicator somewhere. Ooh, I bet we have missed a secret room. Very possibly on the 3rd floor. We have. There is one in here. Because that is an interior wall design. found a little bit of a good secret room here. Let's go ahead and take down some of this stuff. Ah, we found an infinity book. We found some good treasure. I like it. We found a golden apple. I'm going to pop down my shulker box over here. We got some good stuff here. We got an enchanted book, some golden apple. This is a good secret area. And you can kind of see it through that window over there if you looked close enough. But I also think we're missing something else because I'm hearing a lot of pillager noises. Now, often, not always, but often, there will be some kind of a secret going on with this guy's face. So we are going to go ahead and build a little bridge over there if I have enough. I think I do. Not this time. This is one of the not secret area times here. But we have done a good job exploring our Woodland mansion. Not a whole lot of loot. As I said, there's not a whole lot of traditional Minecraft loot, but there's other things. You get all the bookshelves in the world. I mean, there are tons, probably at least 2 or 3 stacks of bookshelves in this area. We trapped a couple of these guys, which can be used later in farming. We did explore a couple of the secrets this Woodland mansion had to offer with some secret rooms, which was really fun. And we have a giant generated structure that we can use for our base, which I think we might actually do something about that. Going through here, I'm already seeing possibilities for storage rooms and farms and everything like that because they're so big, it's easy to do that. The only downside is it's so big, it'd take a lot of work to do it. We might make that an extended project, and usually there's more of these things in here, like a cat or another Vindicator head or something like that. So guys, I think that will do it. I will off camera make the nether portal to get back home. We all know how to do that. We've done it many times. But that is it. We have set up a little bed in here so we can sleep if need be and set our spawn point. We are going to create our little nether portal, as I said back here. But that will do it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on this exploration of the Woodland Mansion and the first tries with the Elytra. Again, I apologize that the episode where we discussed the end and how to find the Elytra did not go well. It went bust. But I will work on doing something like that in future. I think tomorrow's episode we will work on doing the exploring of the ocean monument, since we already know where one of those are, and there's traditionally more loot in there, not to mention access to a resource that we will very much want to have here shortly. Thanks again, guys, for everything. Please leave a like down below and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and let me know what you guys are thinking of this series. I love to read your comments. Thanks again, guys. Bye.